Welcome aboard to the grand line of adventure and excitement. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of One Piece, where pirates, treasures, and epic battles await. So hoist your Jolly Roger, subscribe, and let's set sail on a voyage you won't want to miss. Episode 11. Nami and Zoro head to the cliff to look for Luffy. They discover Luffy at the base of the cliff, and they head to the bottom of the cliff to wake him up unharmed. Luffy reveals to them Klahador's malicious intents. Usopp runs to the village to alert others about the incoming attack, but the townspeople refuse to believe him, contrasting him to Klahador, whom they trust more. The townspeople chase Usopp out of the town. Usopp then goes to Kaya's mansion to warn her about the danger, but she also does not believe him, believing it to be an unusually cruel joke. Usopp attempts to escort Kaya out of the building, but is faced against the mansion guards. Although Usopp fights the guards, Kaya refuses to leave, hitting Usopp across the face. One of Kaya's butlers, Mary, shoots Usopp in the arm, and the townspeople continue to pursue him. Meanwhile, Kuro meets with his crew at their ship stationed at the island. He orders them to destroy the entire village the next day. The crew, Usopp, and the children meet at the outskirts of the village. The children express their disappointment in Usopp for lying as they leave. The crew agree to fight alongside Usopp to defend Syrup Village from the Black Cat pirates. Episode 12. The crew prepare for the incoming attack. As the only entrance to the village is a single sloped path at the island's south end, they stand guard at the pathway to prevent the Black Cat pirates from entering. They cover the slope with slippery oil to prevent them from walking up the path. Kuro, still disguised as Klahador, returns to Kaya's mansion, where Kaya is already asleep and Mary tending to his duties. Kuro finds a gift Kaya got for him, a pair of glasses custom-made for him, so they would not slip off his nose. Kuro destroys the pair of glasses, revealing his true self to Mary. Revealing a set of long blades attached to his fingers like cat claws, he slices Mary down before heading to Kaya's bedroom to watch her sleep. Morning arrives and as planned, the Black Cat pirates led by Django dock at the island. However, Usopp forgets that there is a second entrance to the village at the island's north end, through which the Black Cat pirates decided to use instead. Nami, Luffy, and Usopp rush to the north end, whereas Zoro is trapped by the south entrance slippery slope. As Zoro continues to struggle to climb the slope, Luffy gets lost while attempting to reach the north coast. Arriving at the north end and using his slingshot, Usopp strikes down many of the advancing Black Cat pirates. Usopp attempts to bribe the pirates away using the treasures on the cruise ship, but Nami arrives and stops them. Undeterred, the Black Pirates continue their advances onto the island, and Nami and Usopp are unable to stop them. However, Luffy and Zoro arrive just in time to stop them. Kuro notices his crew is late entering the village. He decides to personally head down to the north coast, vowing to kill his entire crew if his plan were to go wrong. Episode 13. The children attempt to enter Kaya's mansion to check on her, but Usopp's secret entrance had been sealed and they cannot climb the gates. Inside the mansion, Kaya exits her bedroom to find a wounded Mary on the floor. Mary reveals that Usopp had been telling the truth and Klahador was indeed a pirate attempting to assassinate Kaya for her family fortune. As the invading Black Cat pirates find themselves unable to fight off Luffy and Zoro, Django hypnotizes them to increase their strength. The newly hypnotized combatants become far stronger, shattering cliffs with a single punch. However, Django accidentally hypnotizes Luffy in the process, who, with his strength enhanced, defeats the Black Cat pirates, then tears off the bow of the Black Cat pirate ship. Django hypnotizes Luffy asleep and Luffy collapses, but the bow also falls and crushes the enemy pirates. As a last-ditch effort to penetrate the crew's defenses, Django summons the Nyaban brothers, Sham and Butchie, who had been watching over the ship. Although the Nyaban brothers initially appear weak and cowardly, they use this as an act to catch Zoro off guard. Sham takes two of Zoro's katanas, leaving him to defend himself with a single sword. Usopp attempts to shoot them with a slingshot but misses, hitting Zoro instead and allowing the Nyaban brothers to slash his chest. Nami attempts to retrieve Zoro's katanas but is stopped by Django, who slices her in the shoulder with his chakram. To the horror of the Black Cat pirates, Kuro arrives at the coast, frustrated with the setbacks to the operation. Episode 14. This episode starts with a recap of the previous episode and opens with Kuro arriving at the North Slope, very angry that his plan did not go as planned. Django and the rest of the Black Cat pirates are terrified by him, including Sham and Butchie. He can't believe that his former crew was held back by a bunch of children. He asks Django for an explanation. Django reminds Kuro, who said letting Usopp go would not cause any problems. Kuro said that he knew that Usopp would try in vain to stop the Black Cat pirates from invading Syrup Village since no one would believe him, but the one thing he didn't count on was the weakness of his crew. This remark made Sham and Butchie very mad. They remembered Kuro as a strong killer and said they were sinking ships and vanquishing pirate crews while Kuro lived the good life. They accused him of becoming weak. They go straight to him, hoping to kill him. Django tries to warn them, but it was no use. Before they could deal him a blow, he suddenly disappeared, and reappeared moments later behind them with his cat claws gloves on his hands. It surprised even Zoro. They tried to attack him again, but he disappeared one more time. Django recognized this move as the Nukiashi technique, Kuro's trademark attack. He reappeared behind Sham and Butchie again, with his claw-like knives pointing at them. Even Nami is impressed by this, as the Nyaban brothers nearly defeated Zoro. This silent technique is so powerful, not even a group of 50 assassins could stop Kuro. Django knew he hasn't lost that attack by the way he always lifted his glasses to avoid being cut by his cat claws gloves. Nami managed to get up despite her wound. Kuro gave his crew 5 minutes to kill Zoro. Otherwise, he will kill them all. Sham and Butchie go straight to Zoro to kill him. Django encourages them to stop him. Nami kicks the two swords straight to Zoro. The swordsmen manage to get them. Although a little upset that Nami kicks his swords without any respect, Zoro thanks her for giving him back his swords, and he defeats the Nyaban brothers by using the Toragari technique. Kuro is still counting the minutes. Usopp and the Black Cat pirates are surprised by the swordsman's attack. Even Django is shocked by it. Zoro said to Kuro that the former captain will be defeated in less than 5 minutes. Kuro is a little impressed. Butchie is still conscious and begs Django to hypnotize him, so he will become strong enough to defeat Zoro. Django managed to do so, and Zoro decided to deal with Butchie before he can fight Kuro. After being hypnotized, Butchie becomes stronger and more savage than before. His muscles even increased in size. That surprised Zoro, but he managed to regain his calm and decided to fight him no matter what happens. Meanwhile, Nami goes to wake up Luffy, who is sleeping beneath the figurehead of the Bezin Black. She managed to wake him up by pressing her foot into his head. Luffy woke up just in time to stop Django's pendulum from killing Nami with his bare teeth while arguing with Nami for the way she wakes people up. Nami learned that Django's pendulum is also used as a weapon. Luffy broke the pendulum with his bare teeth, although it hurts him a little bit. The Black Cat pirates begin to think it will be impossible to defeat Luffy and Zoro since they appeared to be very strong. After waking up Luffy, Nami passes out for a bit. Luffy notices Nami's wound. Nami asks Luffy to fight for the village and her treasure, and Luffy accepts. The pirates run from Luffy, scared for their life. While Butchie fights Zoro, Django will deal with Luffy. Kuro said that time is up, and he will kill everyone on the North Slope. He is also surprised that Luffy survived the fall from the cliff since he thought that fall would have killed him. Before Kuro could kill anyone, Kaya arrives and begs him to stop. Usopp managed to save her before Kuro slashes her. She said to Usopp that she could not bear to see him get hurt protecting her. She then talks to Kuro and said he can take her fortune and leave the village alone. Kuro said to Kaya he wants more than her fortune. He wants peace. He said, despite her plea, the Black Cat pirates will still attack Syrup Village and kill her. She then pulled a gun from her coat and pointed it at Kuro. She threatens to kill him if Kuro and the Black Cat pirates don't leave the island this instant. Kuro managed to lower her guard down by talking about the last 3 years they spent together. He also said that spending 3 years with her was an insult to his pride as a pirate. He takes the gun from her and throws it to the ground. Usopp takes the gun and tries to shoot Kuro down, but Kuro used his Nuki Ashi to reappear behind the liar with his cat claws gloves on. He tried to kill him to make him pay for punching him, but his attempts were stopped by Luffy, who gave him a Gomu Gomu no pistol, sending him to the ground. Luffy swears Kuro will have a bad day since he hates being punched. Episode 15. As the Usopp pirates come to his aid and beat Kuro as he is down, but Kuro gets up and beats Usopp to the ground. Now knowing his opponent possessed a devil fruit ability, he decides to personally focus on Luffy, ordering Django to pursue and kill Kaya. Although now incapacitated and no longer able to fight, Usopp orders the children to protect Kaya as she evades Django's pursuit. Although Zoro attempts to aid Luffy, he is stopped by a strengthened Butchie. Although Butchie greatly disrupts the battlefield with his powerful attacks, Zoro uses his 3 swords to cut him down. Kuro mocks Usopp for his weakness and determination to become a brave warrior, and his crew joins in the mockery. However, Luffy attacks the crew members with a boulder. With Luffy's permission, Zoro leaves the battlefield to help protect Kaya from Django. Luffy continues his battle against Kuro, but Kuro evades each of Luffy's attacks using his Nikiashi technique. Although his crew members cheer on him as their captain, Kuro denounces the title, explaining his intentions to no longer be a pirate captain. When he was at sea, Kuro grew tired of being a fugitive under constant marine pursuit, so he decided to carry out a plan. When his ship was attacked by a marine ship, Kuro entered the ship and slaughtered every marine on board, save for a single soldier. Django hypnotized the soldier and one of Kuro's own men who resembled him. Under hypnosis, the crewman believed himself to be Kuro, and the soldier turned him into the Marines. Believing him to be Kuro himself, the Marines arrested and executed him. Kuro was now free to live a more peaceful life, now only needing money inherited from Kaya. Back to the present day, Kuro resumes his battle with Luffy. Using the boulder from before, Luffy manages to break off all the blades on Kuro's right glove. Luffy declares that as Kuro desired to retire from piracy, his ambition was greater. As we reach the end of our journey through the One Piece world, remember that the Grand Line never truly ends. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to drop a like, share it with your fellow pirates, and subscribe to join our crew for more epic content. And always remember, the One Piece is out there waiting for you to discover. Until next time, stay anchored to your dreams and keep exploring.